Welcome to Dairy Robot Radio, the show that provides answers to your most pressing questions about dairy farming and automation. Each episode will focus on a major topic within the dairy industry and will feature experts throughout our industry and within Lely to help provide information and different perspectives on automation. And now, here's your host, Balana Putz.
On this episode of Dairy Robot Radio, we get to talk to fifth-generation dairy producer Mary Lyndal Harrison of Sweetwater Valley Farm. I'm going to ask Mary Lyndal to describe her family's dairy that's been connected to Tennessee farming for almost 200 years. The Harrison family has a lot of irons in the fire, growing products like wheat, corn, cows, cheese, a new cafe, and on-farm touring is still yet to come. Let's hear how their 8-robot dairy facility connects them to consumers. Tell us about Sweetwater Valley Farm.
Sure. I'll go ahead and start. We are primarily a dairy operation. We're located in East Tennessee, in Philadelphia, Tennessee, where we have about 2,000 cows on the farm, and we're milking about 1,500 of those. We're primarily a dairy, so we're just sending most of our milk down the road to a plant, and then we're also turning some of our product into cheese on the farm. So we use about 10% of our milk to do the cheese here on the farm as well.
And who all leads the farm, works on the farm?
Sure. So we're, I guess, starting our second generation of this farm. My parents bought this farm back in the 1980s, John and Celia Harrison. So my dad, John, he kind of manages everything, all aspects of the farm. And then we've got Kevin. Kevin Cornett is one of our main guys. He runs our dairy, so he's managing all the cows, making sure everything goes smoothly with all the milking, the robots, everything like that. And then I kind of do more of our tourism and cheese operations.
So Mary Lyndal, when I was looking at your guys' .com, which is sweetwatervalley.com, I watched a video about your family, and you guys aren't new to farming. I mean, I feel like there's a really rich history in the Harrison family when it comes to your hands on the land. And I remember something about 200 years ago as a comment that your father made. What's been going on since over these past 200 years?
So, I mean, my dad grew up in that business. He grew up, his father farmed and his before. So I think it just goes back to that's kind of what he knew, and what I guess we wanted to accomplish through the generations is just being able to farm and create a product and produce milk and be able to feed people. So I think that's really what his goal was, to be able to feed the world and then also be able to educate people about the farm life as well. So I think he just wanted to kind of continue that, and I think that's what had been passed down to him from all the generations before as well. And I think it's really cool because my brother and I actually just came back to the farm over the past couple years, and now we're starting this new generation here with Sweetwater Valley Farm. So I think it's something cool that I'm very proud of, that I'm excited to continue. That's been in my history over the past 200 years.
And is Charles your brother?
Yes, Charles is my brother, and he just moved back in the spring, and he's going to be back on the farm doing the crops and all that kind of stuff.
And what all different kinds of crops are grown on the farm?
So we do corn is our big crop right now this time of the year in the summer. We do a winter crop of either like oats or barley. And then we also do hay as well throughout different times of the year. So those are probably our 3 main things that we're growing here on the farm.
You guys milk with how many Lely robots today?
We have 8 Lely robots.
Okay. And prior to that, how was the family harvesting the milk with the cows?
So prior to that, we had 3 just automatic milking facilities, just a parallel, basically milking parlor where the cows would go in, line up on each side, and we would kind of hook everything up. So we basically needed something that was going to be more efficient, and we were just really hard on those old milking parlors because they were so full. We were kind of maxed out with as many cows as we had to be able to run through those parlors. So we needed something that was going to be more efficient and also kind of take us into the future with expanding our operation.
So what has changed with the installation of the robots?
So as far as the robots, we have moved about 1/3 of our herd into the robotic milking facility, which has taken the pressure off of all of our other parlors. So we are still using our other parlors, but they're able to run more efficiently. You know, if we have a problem, we're not pressed to get it fixed right then because we don't have as many cows going through there. So it's a little bit easier to work with that, to work in those older facilities. And then, you know, we've moved about 500 cows into our new robotic facility. So that's just made everything a lot easier and a lot more efficient.
So you told us at the beginning about 10% of your milk you're holding back to produce your own cheese.
Yes.
So if I come to the Sweetwater Valley Farm, what kind of experience am I going to have?
Well, a cheesy one for sure. Definitely you can come in, you can try. We make about 30 different kinds of cheese, mostly cheddar based. So they're all made pretty much the same way, but we add different flavors into the cheese and then we let them age for a certain amount of times. So they all taste a little bit different, but you can come in. We have a lot going on now. We have our cheese shop where several days of the week you can actually watch us make cheese or cut and package cheese. You can sample all of our flavors. I think we have about 36 out to sample right now. Just learn a little bit more about the cheese process. And then we also just opened a new cafe that uses our cheese in the cafe. So we're making grilled cheese sandwiches. You can have a grilled cheese sandwich made right there. The product's made on the farm. We're serving that up in our cafe. Grab a milkshake. So we have a lot going on, and we're hopefully going to have our new tour running in the next couple of months as well, where you'll be able to go down and see all the robots.
Yum, you're making me hungry. So I can watch cheese being made. I can sample up to 30 different kinds.
Yes.
I can sit back and enjoy a milkshake and a grilled cheese sandwich and some other items on your menu. What days of the week and what are the hours there at the cafe?
So the cafe, we are open right now Wednesday through Saturday. Pretty much all day. It's 8:30 to 6, Wednesday through Friday. And then Saturday we're open 9 to 5. And lunch is served during 11 to 2 each of those days. And then we have other stuff going on in the cafe as well, like a light breakfast, some pastries, coffee. So pretty much people can kind of come hang out all day. We do the milkshakes all day long, but we do have the lunch is 11 to 2, and we hope by the fall that will even be open Tuesday through Saturday instead of Wednesday through Saturday.
What does agritourism look like to you in the future?
I think it's really just about educating people to where we're going in the future and kind of where we've been in the past and how we've grown into where we are today and why, you know, what makes us who we are and how we can make, you know, sustainable agriculture and how we can provide food for our economy. So I think we just really want people, I think, in our agritourism to see where their food's coming from and be able to see that we're taking care of the cows and they're making this awesome product for us that you're getting served when you're here on the farm. So I think that's kind of our big push with our tour in the future is just kind of keeping the public educated. You know, a lot of kids these days don't even know where cheese and where their milk that they're drinking comes from. So that's just really important to us that we keep that something that they can come out to the farm and learn more about.
So can you give our listeners a sneak peek of just what they will see, touch, smell? How intimate will they be able to get with the cows?
They will be able to be right up against cows. We're actually going to have some cows out like grazing and some baby calves that they'll actually be able to see on their way down to the robots. And then as far as the robots go, they won't be, you know, where they can actually touch the cows there, but they'll be right up watching the robot milk. There'll be 4 robots that they'll be able to watch. And then they'll also get to go up to a little section of the tour where they get to look out over the whole entire robotic facility. I think that's one of my favorite parts because you get to really see how the cows are treated, how pampered they are, and you get to see all of the cows just kind of doing their thing throughout the day.
When you added robots, was this all part of the grand plan, the agritourism and cow comfort and cow welfare?
Yes, it definitely was. We thought that out. We didn't just install the robots just for the farm side and to make things run more efficient. I think we really thought for the future, hey, these are great. The cows love them. They're happy. They're comfortable. They have this great place to live. And we want to be able to show people what that looks like and show them this awesome facility. So I think when we even started talking about doing the robots, the plan all along was to have the agritourism kind of centered around that operation. So we knew that, when we built the barn and we did the robots, that we wanted to have that tourism section added on to the barn. So we've definitely thought about that since the beginning. Plans were drawn that we wanted people to be able to come through that and just be able to see how well taken care of the cows are.
In addition to how well the cows are being taken care of, what else do you want people to take away from your farm after they've toured it?
I just think what I really like people to see is kind of how we're doing everything and how we're sustainable here. We're starting, it's really cool to me. I think we named our cafe Seed to Sandwich because we really feel strongly about, we're planting that corn, we're watching it grow, we're harvesting the corn to feed the cows and the other feed that we grow. They're turning that into milk, and then we're able to take that milk right on the farm and turn it into a cheese product. So I think that's something that I really wanted to stress throughout our tour is, hey, it's an operation where it's seed all the way to sandwich. You're getting the full product. We're making everything right here on the farm. We want you to be a part of that and see, what we're doing and how that all works and fits together. So I think that was kind of my big takeaway with what we wanted to do as far as the new tour goes, the robots, the cafe, everything like that.
So sustainability really is at the tip of your tongue and at the center point of the vision of the farm. What about cow comfort? How important is that?
It's very important. I mean, you want your cows to be comfortable and happy. They're our livelihood. So they're making us this awesome product. We want them to be pampered every day. We want them to be comfortable. So cow comfort is our number one thing that we focus on. Kevin Cornett, I've actually talked to him a lot. He's our dairy manager that I mentioned earlier. He puts countless hours into making sure our cows are comfortable. I've worked on several video projects with him and stuff throughout the years just to make sure that we're showing the public, because they want to know how the cows are being taken care of, and we want to make sure that we're showing them that. So as far as cow comfort, keeping them cool, keeping them inside and where they're comfortable, making sure they have sand. We use sand for their beds to keep them cool and have a soft place to lay. So I think all those things are very important, and that's definitely our most important thing, is just making sure our cows are comfortable and happy so that they can produce milk and high quality milk.
So when they take the tour of the farm, will there be any tour fees or admission fees?
There probably will be. Our old tour, I think, was about $6, so it'll probably be around that same ballpark. I wouldn't look for the tour to be more than $10, and definitely cheaper for children.
And so that was my next question. Kids, is there going to be an age requirement, or if teachers out there in the Tennessee area are looking for field trips, what are the parameters to get to come experience Sweetwater Farm?
Yeah, I think, in the past we've worked with a lot of different school groups and a lot of different ages of kids. We really tried with the exhibits and everything that we're doing in the tour to make it friendly for all ages. We really wanted, toddlers. We wanted stuff that they could touch and feel and watch and stuff like that, all the way up to people who really want to read all the material and details. So there's a little bit of something for everyone, we feel like, coming with the new tour.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the Seed to Sandwich Cafe. Is your menu online? If I'm curious about recipes, how do I get more information about Seed to Sandwich?
Sure, yeah. So if you go to our website, on the top tab, you can just click on the cafe menu. And it will take you to our cafe page. We're still working on this a little bit. We have about 4 grilled cheeses on the menu that have different combos of cheese and different things on them, so it talks about that. We try to use a lot of local products, so we've incorporated one of our favorites around here, Benton's bacon, which is a really well-known bacon. We have that on one of our sandwiches, and then we also do a BLT, hot dog, some kids things, and then the milkshakes, of course, have been a really big hit. But you can see all of our menu on there.
What about if I have fallen in love with one of your 30 different cheeses and I go back to somewhere else in Tennessee, Nashville, or another small town, small or large, are you distributing your products in any retail locations that we should go search it out?
Yes, definitely. So we are definitely throughout the whole state of Tennessee, and then a lot of surrounding states now as well. We ship cheese to restaurants, retail stores, pretty much anything. And actually, if you go on our website and click the tab Cheese Finder, you can look to see on the map where all our cheese is located. So you can just kind of pull up your location, drag the map around, and it'll show you if it's a grocery store or restaurant, whatever it might be that has our cheese. And we also ship. So if there's not a place that's located right near you, we can always ship. You can order online, you can call us, and we're happy to ship the cheese to you as well.
I'm thinking of a new contest that we need to have here at Lely to benefit our employees. We need to get all of our farms that produce cheese, and we need to have a cheese contest. So I don't know, stay tuned.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so for those of us who haven't spent much time in Tennessee, what can we expect of the area that you guys are located in? Help me to help our listeners plan a trip to Tennessee and then stop by Sweetwater Valley Farm.
Yeah, awesome. I love this part of Tennessee. We're in the eastern side. We're right in between Knoxville and Chattanooga, so two pretty good-sized cities, and also the Smokies. So we've got the mountains. We've also got a lot of lake here, so if you're a big water person or you love the mountains and love to hike, we've got a little bit of everything. So I think that's what makes this part of Tennessee very unique. And then, like us, there's a lot of like local producers out here, like the bacon people and us. We've got like a local bread company that does different stuff. So I think there's a lot of stops that you can make in the area, especially if you're a foodie like I am. You can kind of seek out those spots, and they're all pretty close by here.
Awesome. I need to put it on my bucket list. So in this day and age, it's really brave in some cases, or it is perceived to be brave, to open the doors to the barn to the consumer. And so why has your family felt so passionately about opening the doors to your farmstead and inviting the world to your doorstep and to see behind your curtain?
Well, I think over the past few years, especially, people kind of get this negative connotation about dairies and, the mistreating of animals and all of this stuff. And I think for me, as far as I've done tours for years and years since I was little, and just loved being able to open our doors up and be like, hey, this is real, and this is what we're doing, and this is how we're treating our animals. We want you guys to see this. We want you to know that it's authentic, and we're taking care of our animals and our land. And so I think it's just been really cool to do that. And that's, for me, why I want to do it. And yes, it is scary because it's hard to, people might not see it the same way, or they might think, oh, why do cows, why are they in barns? I get that question all the time. And we really do have the best interest for the animals. So I think just being able to express that and to educate people on that is a passion that I have, and that my family shares in that.
So we do really have a wide array of listeners. Why do we keep cows in barns here in Tennessee?
So dairy cows do not sweat. It's very, very hot here. We've had some days this summer where it's been like 100 degrees and 100% humidity. So if cows are out just in the field, they're out in the heat, they're out in the sun, they're going to be really miserable, not feel good. They're not going to be able to produce milk. They're going to be very stressed. So we want to keep them in a better situation where we're controlling how comfortable they are. We're keeping them cool. We're keeping them sprayed off with water so that that's helping them stay cool. They have beds to kind of lay down in, and they have plenty of food to eat, because cows with producing so much milk need a lot of good nutrients. And really in Tennessee, a lot of the year, we just don't have those kind of nutrients out in the field. We don't have grass all year round. The food is kind of scarce as far as that goes. So we want to make sure that we're putting the right nutrients that they need. So that's another reason why we keep them inside, just so we know what they're getting. We know they're getting a healthy, balanced diet.
Makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, what human wants to hang out in a pasture without canopy, without sunscreen, without water, without food. I mean,
that's what I just always try to tell people, like, hey, it's really hot. I wouldn't want to be out in this heat all day, and cows are the same way. And I mean, they can't even cool themselves down. So I think when I try to explain it like that, it does make sense. And people are very appreciative that we're taking care of the cows in that way. And once they're able to see that too, I think it just goes hand in hand with us educating them and helping, teach them why we do the things we do.
Well, I can just say for all of us here from Lely are very appreciative, not only because you chose to go with Lely, but because of your vision and your long-term initiatives of sustainability. It really makes it easy for me to come to work every day.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, because of people like you who care about the land, who care about the safe, wholesome food that you produce, and who care about their cows, because they are your livelihoods, and you always have the cow and the consumer at their best interest. So
yes,
you bet. So Mary Lyndal, lastly, how do people find out more information about your cheese, your restaurant, touring? Where do they go? What's the .com? What's the phone number?
Sure. Yeah. So we've got several. I would say definitely our website is definitely a good place to start. It tells who we are, shows some of our products, our cafe, where our cheese is located, recipes, all that kind of stuff. Also has all of our contact information. And then a really big thing nowadays is our social media. We do a lot on social media. So our Instagram and Facebook page are really big. It's just at Cheese Cows Wows. So if you just go to at Cheese Cows Wows, you can pull up our Facebook and Instagram. We post on there pretty much daily about what's going on. So if somebody was planning a trip, they could see what we're doing that day, what we're serving up in the cafe, when we'll have a tour coming, so they can kind of stay posted with us through those media outlets.
And so is that how you tell the folks if there's any particular, coupons, incentives, promotions as well?
Yes, we do. And there's also a place, I think it's on our Contact Us page on the website, where they can actually sign up for our emails. So they just put their name and their email in, and then when we send out like our newsletters or letting people know what's going on or when we'll have the new tour, they'll be on that list to receive that information.
Yes, info@sweetwatervalley.com. It looks like the place to go to sign up. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us about Sweetwater Valley Farm.
Well, thank you guys for talking to me. I appreciate you guys taking time to sit down and talk to me about our operation.
It's our pleasure. It's easy to do, it's fun to do, and everybody out there needs to add this to your to-do list when you're out traveling by Philadelphia, Tennessee, and visit the farm.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Mary Lyndal, I sure appreciate what you and your ancestors have grown over the years and your vision to remain sustainable while continuing to grow food, jobs, education, and opportunities in your local community. To learn more about this 8-robot Lely automated dairy, its restaurant, touring schedule, and 30-some cheeses, check them out online via your social media channels at sweetwatervalley.com or visit them when passing through Tennessee.
You've been listening to Dairy Robot Radio, the show for dairy producers who want their questions answered by experts in dairy automation. Connect with us at dairyrobotradio.com to listen to all episodes and learn more about the topics and guests on the show. You can also find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify.